No, Meghan is not invited to my upcoming Santa Barbara event. I have no involvement with the Epstein matter. Prince Andrew and Meghan do. She made an advance toward problem because a lot of people felt that that would never get on the radio. But that's not my problem. My problem is my movie.
In a stunning revelation that has sent shockwaves across Hollywood and royal circles alike, Kevin Costner, the Oscar-winning actor and filmmaker known for his decades of influence and unwavering professionalism, has reportedly exposed a secret about Meghan Markle that has left Prince Harry utterly stunned. The disclosure, emerging during a high-profile charity event in Santa Barbara, has instantly ignited a firestorm of speculation, placing the Sussexes under an unprecedented microscope. Insiders describe a tense atmosphere, where polite nods and controlled interactions barely masked the undercurrents of discomfort, and the calm coastal evening became the epicenter of a narrative that bridges the worlds of entertainment power and royal legacy. Costner, long respected for his independence and integrity, allegedly referenced Meghan in the context of a shadow cast by the Jeffrey Epstein controversy, a comparison that reverberated through Hollywood boardrooms and Buckingham Palace alike. As whispers turn into urgent discussions, executives, talent agencies, and royal advisors scramble to assess the implications, aware that even an indirect association with such a scandal could shift reputations and influence long-standing partnerships. For Prince Harry, the moment signaled not just a professional or social challenge, but a deeply personal crossroad, forcing him to navigate the increasingly delicate balance between loyalty to his wife, his Californian life, and the enduring responsibilities and scrutiny tied to the British monarchy. The revelation threatens to reshape Hollywood alliances, unsettle royal protocol, and challenge the carefully constructed post-royal image of the Sussexes, leaving audiences around the world captivated as the story unfolds with all the tension, drama, and stakes of a blockbuster script, yet grounded in real-life consequences that could redefine one couple's legacy across two continents. The a revelation that has reverberated from the sun-soaked coast of California to the ornate halls of Buckingham Palace. Kevin Costner, Hollywood's celebrated actor and filmmaker, has reportedly exposed a secret regarding Meghan Markle that has left Prince Harry visibly stunned, shifting the dynamics of power, perception, and influence across two worlds. At the prestigious Santa Barbara 1805 Live benefit, an event historically reserved for elite networking among producers, executives, and influential figures shaping the future of entertainment, Costner's statement reportedly changed the entire tone of the gathering. Known for his decades-long reputation of authenticity, independence, and a professional gravitas that rarely intertwines with scandal, Costner allegedly referenced Meghan Markle in a context that evoked the long-lasting shadow of the Jeffrey Epstein controversy, a connection that sent immediate shockwaves not only through Hollywood insiders but also within royal advisory circles. Attendees described the atmosphere as tense, a room filled with polite nods and restrained conversations that barely concealed an undercurrent of unease, signaling that what was meant to be a charitable evening had transformed into a pivotal moment of revelation. The implications are vast. Hollywood executives and talent agencies began reconsidering partnerships and deals, including high-profile media collaborations, while royal advisors in London quietly reviewed legal frameworks and historical precedents, including the Titles Deprivation Act of 1917, weighing the potential consequences for both personal and institutional reputations. For Prince Harry, this exposure represents more than a fleeting social challenge. It is a deeply personal crucible, forcing him to navigate a precarious intersection of loyalty, love, and public scrutiny, as a narrative threatens to destabilize the delicate balance he has sought to maintain between his Californian life and the enduring responsibilities tied to the British monarchy. As the story continues to unfold, audiences worldwide are witnessing a moment that intertwines the allure of Hollywood glamour with the rigid protocols of royalty, a real-life drama of secrecy, revelation, and consequence that could redefine Meghan and Harry's legacy, alter alliances, and reshape the perception of power and influence in both entertainment and aristocratic spheres. Every whispered conversation, every measured glance, every calculated decision now carries weight, underscoring a reality where celebrity, royalty, and scandal converge, leaving the world to watch as one of the most compelling and potentially transformative stories of recent years continues to escalate in real time, with far-reaching implications that stretch from Los Angeles boardrooms to the corridors of Buckingham Palace, shaping not only public perception but the very trajectory of two lives caught between unprecedented scrutiny and the relentless gaze of global attention. An unprecedented revelation that has rippled across the worlds of Hollywood and royalty. Kevin Costner, the Oscar-winning actor, director, and producer known for his decades-long career defined by independence, integrity, and meticulous control over his public persona, has reportedly unveiled a secret about Meghan Markle, leaving Prince Harry visibly stunned and casting a shadow of uncertainty over the couple's carefully curated post-royal life. The setting was the elite 1805 live benefit in Santa Barbara, an event renowned for being a discreet nexus of influence where the movers and shakers of the entertainment industry converge, not merely to support philanthropy but to negotiate alliances, shape projects, and quietly reinforce power structures behind the scenes. Within this high-stakes environment, Costner's statement, made with a rare gravity that accompanies his reputation, reportedly positioned Meghan Markle in a context evoking the long-standing Jeffrey Epstein controversy, a suggestion so profound that it immediately altered the tone of the gathering. Attendees described the atmosphere as palpably tense. Polite nods replaced casual conversation, restrained glances substituted for engagement, and the usual warmth of celebrity networking gave way to a subtle but unmistakable unease, signaling that a private revelation had quickly transformed into a matter of wide-reaching consequence. The implications extend far beyond a single event. Hollywood executives, producers, and talent agencies began quietly re-evaluating relationships, sponsorships, and ongoing media projects, weighing the potential reputational risk associated with the Sussex brand, while advisors within Buckingham Palace reportedly revisited historical legal frameworks such as the Titles Deprivation Act of 1917, considering the unprecedented possibility of formal interventions that could affect Meghan's royal status. For Prince Harry, this disclosure represents a deeply personal crucible, forcing him to navigate the precarious intersection of loyalty to his wife, familial expectations, and a relentless scrutiny of the public eye, a balancing act fraught with both emotional and institutional complexity. Observers noted that, while the Californian enterprise established by Harry and Meghan had once symbolized a harmonious blend of royal prestige and Hollywood opportunity, the shockwaves from Costner's revelation have introduced a new volatility, prompting executives to reassess partnerships and signaling that the couple's influence, while still substantial, may now encounter subtle resistance from figures who previously welcomed them with enthusiasm. Across oceans and continents, the story's resonance extends from Los Angeles boardrooms to the stately corridors of Buckingham Palace, intertwining celebrity, royalty, media, and legal precedent into a complex narrative that continues to unfold in real time. Each glance, each pause, each strategic decision now carries amplified significance as the world watches one of the most captivating intersections of secrecy, revelation, and consequence in modern history. The Santa Barbara evening, initially framed as a high-profile charitable gathering, has now been reframed as a moment of seismic revelation, where a single statement has a potential to redefine relationships, reputations, and the trajectory of two lives that straddle the rarefied realms of global entertainment and centuries-old monarchy. The consequences, observers agree, are only beginning to surface, from whispered speculation in Hollywood's inner circles to formal advisories in royal offices, from recalibrated media strategies to careful legal assessments. Every layer of influence and power is being reconsidered in light of this disclosure. Costner's remarks, imbued with credibility and historical weight, have not merely unsettled a room. They have catalyzed a ripple effect across two continents, setting in motion a series of events that may redefine Meghan Markle's public narrative, challenge the stability of the Sussex brand, and compel Prince Harry to navigate a path fraught with unprecedented scrutiny, strategic calculations, and the enduring tension between private loyalty and public perception. In this intricate, unfolding saga, the convergence of Hollywood glamour, royal protocol, and the fragile architecture of reputation illustrates the formidable power of words when spoken by figures whose influence transcends sectors and borders, leaving audiences worldwide riveted, analysts cautious, and the very foundations of carefully constructed public identities in flux. This is not just a story of scandal. It is a study of influence, consequence, and the delicate interplay between personal choice and institutional expectation, a narrative poised to reshape not only public perception, but the enduring legacies of those involved, leaving the world to watch, analyze, and speculate as one of the most consequential revelations in modern celebrity royal history continues to unfold with profound and unpredictable implications that eye in an extraordinary convergence of Hollywood influence and royal intrigue. Kevin Costner, the legendary actor and filmmaker whose career has long embodied independence, professionalism, and a reputation for thoughtful discretion, has allegedly exposed a secret about Meghan Markle that has left Prince Harry visibly unsettled, sending shockwaves across both the entertainment industry and the British monarchy. This revelation occurred during the exclusive 1805 Live benefit in Santa Barbara, an event historically regarded as a discreet yet powerful arena where the elite of Hollywood gather not only to support charitable causes but also to cultivate strategic alliances, shape industry trajectories, and subtly assert influence over media, film, and entertainment projects. According to insiders, Costner's remarks positioned Meghan Markle within a context linked to the long shadow of the Jeffrey Epstein controversy, a statement brief in word but heavy in implication, enough to instantly recalibrate the atmosphere of the gathering. Attendees described a palpable tension. Conversations slowed, smiles became polite but guarded, and casual networking gave way to measured observation, a silent acknowledgement that a private disclosure had unexpectedly taken on public significance. The implications are profound and multifaceted. In Hollywood boardrooms, executives and talent agents reportedly began reassessing partnerships, sponsorships, and ongoing media projects with Meghan and Harry, calculating the potential reputational risk to continued association with the Sussex brand, while across the Atlantic, advisors within Buckingham Palace quietly revisited historical frameworks like the Titles Deprivation Act of 1917, considering the unprecedented prospect of formal actions that could impact Meghan's royal standing. For Prince Harry, the revelation represents a deeply personal and public crucible, forcing him to navigate the treacherous intersection of loyalty, reputation, and public scrutiny, balancing his devotion to Meghan with the intense pressures and expectations of royal tradition. Observers note that the California-based empire Harry and Meghan have built, blending post-royal media production, philanthropy, and Hollywood partnerships, now faces heightened uncertainty. The ripple effect of Costner's statement had reportedly prompted executives to reassess ongoing collaborations, while industry insiders suggest that the couple's once celebrated influence within Hollywood's power structures may now encounter subtle resistance, signaling that prestige and opportunity in the entertainment world are subject to sudden recalibration. Meanwhile, within the palace, the implications of such a revelation have reportedly been treated with extreme caution as advisors weigh the potential impact on the monarchy's credibility, legal precedents, and centuries-old protocols. This dual-layered tension, Hollywood recalibration and royal scrutiny, underscores the extraordinary stakes of the revelation, turning a single statement at a charitable event into a catalyst for complex, transatlantic drama that touches on personal integrity, public perception, and institutional legacy. As discussions quietly unfold, every gesture, comment, and strategic choice made by both the Sussexes and their associates carries amplified significance, highlighting how reputation, influence, and secrecy interweave in a world where Hollywood glamour and royal tradition intersect. The Santa Barbara evening, initially intended as a high-profile philanthropic gathering, has now become a defining moment where the boundaries between private disclosure and public consequence blur, demonstrating that a single remark from a figure like Kevin Costner, esteemed, credible, and influential, can reverberate through industries, institutions, and international perceptions, potentially reshaping the narrative around Meghan Markle, challenging the stability of the Sussex brand, and compelling Prince Harry to navigate a landscape fraught with unprecedented scrutiny, strategic complexity, and emotional strain. Across continents and sectors, the unfolding impact of this revelation continues to evolve. Hollywood insiders speculate on shifting alliances and recalibrated power dynamics. Palace advisors assess constitutional and reputational ramifications, and the public, ever watchful, remains captivated by the intersection of celebrity, monarchy, and secrecy. Analysts note that in a modern era where media coverage, digital discourse, and social perception rapidly influence outcomes, the consequences of Costner's disclosure could extend far beyond the initial event, potentially affecting projects, partnerships, and public narratives associated with the Sussexes for years to come. This moment encapsulates a delicate interplay between personal choice, public image, and institutional expectation, illustrating the immense power that words carry when delivered by a figure whose credibility spans both artistic accomplishment and cultural influence. As the story continues to unfold, it presents a rare, real-time study of how private revelations can escalate into transcontinental drama, reshaping reputations, recalibrating influence, and redefining the very frameworks of public and institutional trust in both Hollywood and the British monarchy. Every development, every subtle reaction, and every strategic decision from this point forward becomes part of a high-stakes narrative in which the worlds of celebrity and royalty are inextricably linked, and where Kevin Costner's unexpected disclosure stands as a turning point with far-reaching implications for Meghan Markle, Prince Harry, and the intricate systems of influence they navigate on both sides of the Atlantic. As the ramifications of Kevin Costner's startling revelation about Meghan Markle continue to reverberate across Hollywood and the royal family, the narrative has evolved into a complex web of speculation, strategy, and high-stakes reputation management. Industry insiders report that the Santa Barbara event, once a polished and exclusive gathering of elite figures, transformed into a silent battlefield where influence, alliances, and trust were quietly recalibrated. Costner's comments, perceived as unusually candid and precise for a figure renowned for discretion, reportedly prompted immediate reassessment among executives, producers, and talent agencies, who began examining whether ongoing and future collaborations with the Sussexes might carry unanticipated reputational risks. Across the Atlantic, Buckingham Palace advisors were said to be revisiting century-old frameworks such as the Titles Deprivation Act of 1917, weighing unprecedented constitutional possibilities in case the unfolding narrative threatened royal credibility. For Prince Harry, the disclosure has intensified the already delicate balancing act between loyalty to Meghan and the demand of public scrutiny, forcing him to navigate a terrain where private allegiance, global media attention, and institutional expectations collide. Observers have noted subtle shifts in the couple's Hollywood engagement patterns, as once unquestioned doors appear to close quietly, and partnerships that once seemed assured are now under discreet evaluation. Amid this uncertainty, the California-based empire that the Sussexes have painstakingly built, blending media production, philanthropy, and celebrity networking, faces a new era of ambiguity, where every public appearance, statement, and professional endeavor is weighed not only for its creative merit but for its capacity to withstand scrutiny from both entertainment gatekeepers and royal advisors. The story underscores the power of words delivered by an influential figure like Costner, whose credibility spans decades of cinematic achievement and cultural respect, demonstrating that a single revelation can trigger ripple effects that touch careers, institutions, and global perception simultaneously. As this unprecedented intersection of Hollywood clout and royal protocol continues to unfold, it raises profound questions about loyalty, reputation, influence, and the fragile balance that exists between personal choices and public consequence. Every subsequent move by the Sussexes is now framed within this heightened scrutiny, signaling that the impact of Costner's disclosure is far from temporary. It may redefine relationships, recalibrate influence, and shape the narrative around Meghan Markle and Prince Harry for years to come. A cautionary tale of how private moments can escalate into transcontinental drama with lasting consequences. That as the dust settles from Kevin Costner's revelation, the shockwaves extend far beyond the walls of Santa Barbara, infiltrating Hollywood boardrooms, executive suites, and royal advisory offices alike. Insiders reveal that the elite networks of film, media, and philanthropy began quietly recalculating the influence of the Sussex brand, once celebrated for bridging royalty with the entertainment industry. Every handshake, partnership, and media deal is now scrutinized through the lens of Costner's disclosure, as studios and streaming platforms assess potential fallout from even indirect associations with controversy. Meanwhile, Buckingham Palace is said to be conducting unprecedented internal evaluations, with legal and constitutional experts revisiting protocols that had lain dormant for over a century, contemplating whether the Titles Deprivation Act of 1917 could be applied in the modern era. Prince Harry, caught between loyalty to Meghan and the relentless gaze of the public, now faces a nuanced and delicate balancing act, navigating the treacherous waters of celebrity culture, global media attention, and royal protocol. Observers note a visible recalibration in the Sussexes' Hollywood presence, as previously open doors appear more guarded and collaborations are approached with heightened caution. The unfolding saga illustrates the far-reaching power of one influential figure's words, demonstrating how a single revelation can catalyze transcontinental consequences, reshaping relationships, recalibrating influence, and casting a shadow over a carefully constructed personal and professional empire. In this new landscape, every decision, public appearance, and project undertaken by the Sussexes carries amplified weight, signaling that the Costner disclosure is not a fleeting incident but a transformative moment with lasting repercussions.